So how are you doing today, Mr. Crispy Pro?
I'm feeling pretty controversial.
What do you mean controversial?
Oh, well, I've just had a look at some of the most controversial Doctor Who episodes, and I feel like stirring up a bit of controversy myself.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that. I'm still quite socially awkward.
That's a good tease for the episode.
You like that? You like that? You like that? There's going to be a lot of
one.
debates about scenes just like that in today's episode.
Okay.
I think we should roll the intro.
Yeah, please.
Let's do it! Hello and welcome back to Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast, the show where two YouTubers get together and talk about the greatest show in all of time and space. It's called Doctor Who. You should watch it sometime. I'm one of your hosts, Troy, also known as Red Archer Live, and joining me, as always, is the man who attended the Doctor Who Festival between the 21st and 22nd of November 2015 in Sydney. It's Crispy Pro. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you very much for reading out my t-shirt just then. I'm very good. How are you, Troy?
Hello, sweetie.
Oh, nice t-shirt. I tip my hat to you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I love it when a t-shirt compliments a t-shirt, you know?
It's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, my God.
No, it's not.
That's
your doorbell.
That's my doorbell, dude.
This is the best intro we've ever had. Oh my, right, folks, I need to give you context here. I've got a very busy week coming up. I'm going away for a couple of days at the weekend, just myself personally, to see some friends. And I was like, right, we need to get the edit done. Let's try and get it in one foul swoop. No worry about doorbells. Let's see if we can go. Within a minute, his bell's rung. Amazing. And it seems like you didn't even go to answer it. So what's that about? What's this? Oh, look, it's my YouTube video and you're recommended.
It says ring doorbell sound. I pranked you, mate. I pranked you. You've been pranked.
That was... what?
That's controversy. Yeah, we're not messing around today. I told you I'm being controversial. I'm stirring up some controversy for the podcast. Get ready for this for the next hour. It's Cranky Pro coming out. Rawr. Thank you.
In case anyone didn't keep up with what was going on there on the audio platforms, Crispy Googled ring doorbell sound on YouTube and played out on his phone. You just created a whole bit by being an evil little prankster.
That's me.
By being
Cranky
some kind
Pro.
of toy maker.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
If my bell actually does ring now, it's going to really annoy me, especially after that. But yeah, I've mentioned I've got a nice little weekend plan. What are you doing this weekend, Crispy? When this episode goes out, what are you going to be doing?
I'm filming... I don't know if I can say this. I probably can. There is a YouTube channel. Yeah, I can say this. I've announced this. That I used to intern with called Cracker Milk. And when I was interning with them, they had like maybe 60k subs. And now they're on their way to near 1 million. And they're filming a TV pilot episode, and they asked me to be an extra, so I'm doing that this weekend.
Oh,
pretty
dude,
fun.
That's amazing!
When this comes out, I'll be filming. Some stuff.
Oh, good luck, mate. That sounds.
So that's what's happening. Thanks, mate. It's gonna be fun.
He didn't even tell me this until we started recording. Wow.
No. It's all news.
In the last sentence then.
I made you lose your breath, mate.
Yeah, yes. You've took my breath away, as you do every week, Mr. Prime.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Honestly, how have you been since we last spoke? What was it? 4 days ago?
Oh, not much has changed in my life. Just working, twerking, everything in between.
Working and twerking. Are you doing them at the same time, or is there like a particular order?
No, there is a line in the sand between those two things. You never mix work with twerk. You never mix work with twerk, mate.
I'm working 9 till 5, I'm twerking 5 till 9, buddy.
That's how it works. Baby. You know it, baby. But yeah. This is a chaotic intro. Chaotic
really
intro
is.
for the week.
But you've had a good few days. I'm glad you've had a good few days.
What about you in the last 4 days?
I don't think I've turned off any connection to the internet after Payday 3. I mean, I mentioned it briefly in the live episode, but we are having a Red Archer Live Renaissance right now.
Wow.
It's so funny. If I looking at my channel analytics since January, you can see between January and June, I put up 11 videos. I did almost nothing. It was quite clear I was kind of zoning out and not bothering as much because I played Payday 2 for 9 years, and I was like, you know what? It's not as much I need to say anymore. And then as soon as it gets to about June, you just see the upload frequency not even spike. It's not even exponential. It's like suddenly 11 videos a month or something or more. It's insane. And I'm doing daily videos at the moment. I had one that got 60k in a day. I'm losing my mind.
60k in a day.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's
and I'm getting
the dream, isn't it?
200 people watching me on Twitch. I don't know what's going on. I'm expecting it all to come crashing down any minute because there's no way this can keep going. And if it does, my brain will not cope. I won't be okay.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
It's mad.
Well, congratulations on going viral, Troy.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
As I'm Cranky Pro today, you can't be the only one that gets all the compliments because I too have gone viral. Would you believe?
This is the ego stroke episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Ego stroke. So, a few episodes ago, we had Mark Shepard on the show.
Yes.
And one of the funniest things I think he ever said in that, and I was like, what's the difference between Doctor Who and, say, Supernatural? And he's like, well, one's filmed in Britain and one's filmed in Canada. I made a funny clip of that. As of now, it has 500,000 views on TikTok.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give me a moment while I look up Crispy Pro's TikTok page just to validate that for myself, because as much as I believe him, I cannot quite comprehend that number. I am currently looking it up.
You might need to scroll
I typed in
a
Crispy
little bit.
And it came with Crispy Old Filter. No, I want
That's
Crispy
me.
Pro. Oh god, the video results just horrified me. Wow, hang on, yeah, but that's not your biggest TikTok.
No, the Alex Kingston one has over 500,000. The Mark Shepard one is almost there, but that was just yesterday.
The
TikTok's
Alex Kingston one has
platform.
527,000 views, and that was posted on the 7th of March. Whereas, it literally says 2 days ago, the Mark Shepard clip went up, and it has 426,000 views on TikTok.
That's ridiculous.
426.8 thousand. I can't undersell it.
Gosh.
That is phenomenal.
And it's going up every second.
I kind of want to just sit here and refresh your page and see if it goes up to like 426.9k.
No, we'll see. We'll see.
Beautiful.
We'll see. But yeah,
well,
so basically, long story short, the boys are going viral. So
hang on, Crispy. Let me do something real quick. Hang on.
I was going to give us some
Hello and
applause.
welcome back to another episode of Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast, a show where two viral YouTubers get together and talk about the greatest show in all of time and space.
Yes.
Okay, enough ego stroking. Crispy.
Enough.
It's time for a weekly feature. You know the drill. The drill. You know the Jill.
The Jill.
Even.
Who's Jill? Jill?
Play the jingle.
All right, here we go.
It's poll time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have broken a record, Crispy.
What?
In the light of us having 2 big live streams the weekend just gone on YouTube and gaining about 100 subs, nearly, on the YouTube channel. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Podcasts are, at least for us, notorious for growing very slowly. I hope that's consistent for podcasts and not just us.
Well, you never know.
When you see that spike, you see it immediately, and it was like, whoa, so thank you all. It was very lovely of you. However, I was scrambling, as I often am, to do a poll, and this week's received 641 votes on YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Now, I don't know if there's a way to check the number of responses. There is. Oh my days, Crispy. There is a way to order it by the number of responses.
Oh, really?
That is breaking the previous record of 505 votes on a poll we put up in June asking how many series of Doctor Who we think Ncuti Gatwa would stay on for.
Oh.
That is the second most popular poll. But there's a lot kind of in the build-up between 450 and 500 votes, so that is smashed past it in just a few days. So thank you all very, very much.
Very, very interesting.
But the poll question was, and I didn't even think it was that good of a question. Again, I was like, I'm always scrambling to think of one that's relevant, and I was like, what are we going to do? I went, I know, we mentioned cinemas. So I said, would you like to watch the 60th specials in a cinema? It's not even an inventive question, and yet, look at the votes. So thank you all. Crispy,
thank you, everyone. What
split of our audience do you think said yes to watching it in the cinema?
70% are going to say yes. They would like to see it.
Much like Obi-Wan underestimated Anakin's power, yes, I'm on Ahsoka brain, you underestimated the poll results.
Oh, no.
Because on YouTube, out of the 641 votes, 89% said they would watch it in a cinema. And the funnier part is on Spotify, out of 35 votes, 97% said yes, which I'm pretty sure means one person said no. That one person values being sat on the sofa with a nice drink, bit of food, just chilling with their family. And you know what? I respect it.
And you know what?
But clearly, that means Russell.
Because I'm Cranky Pro.
Yes.
Sorry.
You know what it means? It means Russell. Listen, look at us. Look, you listen to the podcast now, Mr. Russell de Davis. If you put it in the cinemas, we will be delighted.
Absolutely delighted.
I love a good recurring joke. And I love a good recurring feature. And I think with that, Crispy, it's time to start a new recurring feature.
What? Oh my gosh.
I think you know what to do.
Oh,
roll that jingle.
Troy, check your phone, mate. Check your phone, mate.
I'm checking it.
Hello and welcome to the Who's There Hotline.
Who's There Hotline.
With Troy and Crispy.
My brother is very good at making a good jingle. And I also have to say, by the way, your TikTok's gone up by 200 views. I refreshed it. It's jumped to 427,000.
Heck yeah.
So,
Thank you. Everyone go and check out my TikTok.
Exactly. At Crispy Pro. Is that threes? It's threes.
Usually
yes.
3 yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new monthly feature called the Who's There Hotline. We explained this very briefly in the live stream, but we want to just reiterate it. Shall I explain it, Crispy? Shall you explain it? Who's doing what?
No, you give it a go.
The Who's There Hotline is a new monthly feature for the highest subscribers on our Patreon, where if you pledge, I believe it's $15 a month. So if you're rich, no, seriously. So if you want to pledge $15 a month to us to support the podcast, because it's only going towards our software, supporting us as content creating boys.
Yes,
Riverside is very, very amazing, but it also is a little bit expensive. So we're trying to pay for it, trying to keep it covered. We don't want it coming out of Mr. Crispy Pro's bank. All right. We want it coming out of all your banks. That's the plan. We're fleecing you. No. We've got a few different benefits. We talked about it. So early access to episodes is for the bottom tier. Monthly watch-alongs, which we had a couple of weeks ago, is the middle tier. And the top tier is the Who's There Hotline.
Correct.
And what that is once a month, we ask you guys to send us voice messages. You can either just tell us how much you love the podcast, ask us a question, talk about something Doctor Who related, can be related to the episode itself. I know one of the people who's dropped in a message said, does it need to be relevant to today's episode? I said, it can if you want, you don't have to. But we have two $15 patrons. I also do want to shout out, because I haven't shouted out all our patrons properly yet.
Please,
it's kind of an
please do.
afterthought. We have Barney the Cockapoo's mum, the lovely person who stitched our dolls together, which, by the way, I've still got your stitch doll, Crispy.
Oh, I'll get it one day.
You said at some point you were going to come over here so I could give it to you. Can you make it happen? But our $15 Patreon tiers are The Beast Boss and DW14, I think is how I say it. It's like a bit of a twist on 14, I guess. But both of them have sent in their voice messages, so thank you both very much for that. I have processed them. I put them through our lovely levelator, so they're at pitch with us. It's all coming up roses, Crispy. And I have sent them to you. They are on the soundboard. I think it's time to hear what our listeners have got to say. Answer some questions, maybe.
Who do you want first, Troy?
I think I know who you want first.
Oh, you very
Just
much
because you
do.
love that name so much. Do it. Roll the clip from The Beast Boss.
This is from The Beast Boss. Here we go. Should I play the intro first as well? No.
And you know what we should make? I said this to you. We'll make a little mini jingle next time to put in front of each message, because playing the whole thing out might get a bit repetitive.
No, I get way too... Okay, here we go. This is The Beast Boss.
Hello guys, welcome to Who's There, a The Beast Boss podcast. Today, I'm joined by the tremendous Troy, Red Archer Live,
Ooh.
and my number one fan, Crispy Pro.
Correct.
Now, I have a question for you both, and the answer can't be Unit Helipad. As the leader of the hashtag Beast Boss Companion Simp Club, it would be silly of me not to ask this. Which Doctor Who companion would you have a crush on?
Oh.
Pause for laughter / disappointment, I guess.
Oh.
Until next time.
Oh.
Allons-y, boys.
Allons-y. Thank you very much, Beast Boss. Thank you very much.
Very nice of you, thank you. I love how he asks, which companion would you have a crush on? And he said, we can't say Unit Helipad.
I can't say the Unit Helipad. I do have a crush on the Unit Helipad.
Yeah.
You know what? I looked up... Oh, I can't admit this. Yesterday, I looked up...
What?
Custom T-shirts that would just have the Unit Helipad on them.
Oh,
I was going to make it. I thought that'd be funny. Maybe for the 60th episode, like whenever that drops, I think I'll
when
get
it shows
that
up, you're wearing that T-shirt on the podcast.
I'm wearing that T-shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
Who you got a crush on, Troy? In Doctor Who, mate.
I don't know. That's a tough question.
It is a tough
I'm
question.
trying to think if historically as a kid have I ever had a crush on any Doctor Who characters.
That's where I'm at. Because I started with Amy, and I don't know if I had a crush on Amy. I found her very, very entertaining. I know who. It's the most obvious one ever. The companion I have the most love for. So obvious. It's Nardi. Has to be Nardole.
Oh my goodness. Are we doing this? Are we really doing this?
We are doing this. That's who I have a crush on. No joke. I love Nardole. You, Troy?
I don't even know if I want to dignify a response after this. I don't even know if I can top that. I was honestly genuinely trying to think. I was like, as a kid, my mum might be like, "Oh yeah, you definitely had a soft spot for blah," and I'm like, I don't know. I'm really thinking this through because he's paid $15 to ask this after all, Crispy. I can't.
That is
can't
true.
shake it off.
I think Nardol's a good answer. I genuinely
serious.
don't know. I genuinely don't know if I had like a actual crush on the companions.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I don't know.
If it was
It's a
in
tough
universe,
question.
let's do it this way. If we were in universe, which character is most like us, and therefore would we have a crush on? Let's do it that way. That seems like a smart way to play it.
Martha. For sure.
Okay.
I reckon Martha and I would get along like a house on fire. If we were co-workers, I don't have a medical degree, but if we were co-workers, there'd be some eyes going back and forth. Don't you know?
All right.
Heart surgery. We're not looking at the heart. We're looking at each other. You
You having trouble finding the heart, Miss Jones? She goes, no, it's just racing too much.
Oh,
I've got one.
Okay.
And it's perfectly explained within universe as well. I would say Amy Pond, because if we did get together, our kids would have very, very red hair.
Very.
You could
good,
say
Troy.
they would be the ultimate ginger.
That's you. That's you. That's your kids. That's your kids.
There you go.
Well done.
There you go.
Well done.
There you go. Beautiful. Thank you very
Now-
much, Beast Boss.
Thank you, Beast Boss. The Beast Boss.
The Beast Boss.
Who we got next, Troy? On the
The
Who's There
second
hotline?
and final one this month is from DW14. Should we hear what he's got to say?
Absolutely.
Let's
Hi
do it.
guys, thanks for having me on the podcast. What do you think Shooty Sonic will look like?
Ooh.
And I have an offer for Crispy. If he uploads the full version of David Tennant is my dad by the end of the year, I'll personally bake a cake with Crispy's face on it, film it and eat it for the podcast.
That's huge.
Thanks for having me on again.
Oh,
Wow.
my God. He's got his laptop out.
A lot just happened then. A
A
lot,
lot just happened. A lot just happened.
Then. Wow. You won't believe what is already up on my computer right now.
No!
You
You're
won't
not actually
believe.
doing it, are you?
Alright, I'll give you a little snippet.
My badgering finally worked! Oh my gosh, he's finally doing it. Folks, this is monumental. This is monumental. But now he's back now! Yes!
Here comes the drop. Oh, amazing. Yes. That's what you're
It
getting
sounds
so
like
far.
you better get baking, 14.
Absolutely. What you couldn't have timed that better. Because I was
You
thinking
couldn't
the
have
other
timed
day.
that better. I honestly
Yeah.
thought you were whipping out the laptop just for the sake of a bit, being like, I better get to work. And all of a sudden, there you are with it open
Already.
in the works.
Already. Yeah.
What about Shooty's Sonic then? What do you think about that?
So I think what little we do know about, I didn't. Who was it? Mike from Fish and Chips that made the Sonic? Was it Mike from Fish and Chips?
It was Mike from Fish and Chips. Are we really keeping that bit up?
We absolutely. It has to be a bit. This is only the second time we mentioned it. Now it's a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've done it. We got a new bit. So thank you, everyone. Mike from Fish
Mike
and Chips.
from Fish and Chips, my
It's official.
boy.
That's the one.
Oh.
So
Okay.
Michael from the Doctor Who prop
Michael from
department
Fishy and Chippies.
and from Fish and Chips has made Shooty's Sonic, and so it's definitely a thing. And they said that Shooty's one has specific features, a specific add-on, and I'm not quite sure what that is. Maybe it can download comics from the future or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe you press it and it goes, you should wash your hands, you dirty pig.
You dirty pig. I don't know. I think I would like it to be as simple as possible, but I feel like Shooty might have suggested something. Hey, can it do something? I don't know. What would Shooty want? He might be like,
What would the Doctor do, you might say?
what would the Doctor do? I don't know. Maybe it has like a karaoke setting where it turns into a little microphone, and Shooty and Millie can have a little ABBA dance party as they might.
That sounds pretty good. It's like Shang-Chi or something bringing Wong in. What is my brain's not on? Bringing Wong in to sing Hotel California. You know?
Exactly. So I want a karaoke setting on Shooties. But what is it actually going to look like? I don't know. Orange,
I was going
hope.
to say, I just wanted to look different again. You know, for all of the people who like and dislike Jodie's Sonic, it was something different. I think Sonic's look the best when they look completely unique and they try something different. Obviously, 14's is different because it's meant to be a 60th callback.
A homage.
But like, I want the new one to do something different again, like Jodie's did, like Capaldi's did, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
all I would say.
Very, very good.
Thank you very much, 14.
Thank you. Yes, get bacon your cake with my face. Thank you.
And this will be a monthly feature, so the last episode of every month. So much like the first episode of every month is a live stream usually, roughly. We don't know. I don't know if we're doing one live next week, Crispy. I don't know if that's a plan.
we can swing that.
All right. So much like the first episode of every month is usually a live one, the last episode of every month now will be a Who's There hotline. So if you subscribe to the Patreon within the next 3 weeks or so, then you can get one in. And you can submit at any point. So Beastboss and 14, if you want to send your next messages now ahead of time, you can. I mean, you've got plenty of time to think it through.
You absolutely got it.
Yeah, if you subscribe to the highest tier, you can send in a message next time. Now, Crispy, we have spent a lot of time on features and bits. I think it's time to get controversial.
We're getting real controversial today, folks. I have at least probably 9 or 10 controversial episodes. I'm going to say the episode, and Troy has to tell me why it's controversial. And you can play along at home. It's very easy. You can play with the whole family.
Be a fun game.
You know what you should do? You should do like they did in the 60s and 50s. Just gather around your radio at home, get your loved ones, share some dinner, and listen to us. You know? That's what's happening.
Exactly.
That's what's happening right now. All right,
I
Troy,
agree.
are you ready for some of the most
I'm so
controversial
ready.
episodes in Doctor Who?
I asked Crispy how we were doing this before the episode, and he was like, right, I've got a list, and I'm going to tell you the name. You can guess why it's controversial. I literally went, that is amazing.
Yeah.
So I've been on tenterhooks for the last 30 minutes waiting for us to get here. So let's do it. Let's do it,
right,
Crispy. In
Troy.
fact, let's go.
Number 1 controversial episode is... I'm really using the soundboard this episode.
You
sorry.
really are. It's great. You really get the money's worth.
The TV movie starring Paul McGann was controversial.
That's easy. That's got to be I'm Half Human on My Mother's Side.
That is pretty
Really?
controversial. That is pretty controversial, and that's probably part of the reason it's controversial. But there was another reason in which this episode was controversial.
No, I do know it.
You have an idea?
The Doctor
Please.
kisses Grace.
Yes, and if you did not know, this was the first time the Doctor had ever kissed a companion. Wow! And
Those
then, you know,
damn Americans.
Those damn Americans. So yeah, that was a very, very controversial thing. And now with New Who, it seems like it's almost a rite of passage. It's a strange thing. The Doctor really does start every now and then. Every now and then.
Bit of a new romantic, you might say.
Is that a Taylor Swift reference?
I mean, it's more of a music era reference, like the 80s, the New Romantics. But is that a Taylor Swift song?
Baby, we're the new romantics. Come along with me. Heartbreak is a national anthem. We sing it
Reputation?
proudly. No, mate, that's 1989. Come on, dude.
Okay, well, did I not tell you I was waiting for the Taylor's versions of these albums to listen to them?
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious.
In your wildest dreams, you couldn't have made that happen.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Troy,
There
I
you
have
go.
a feeling
you got what you wanted. You got what you wanted.
I really do have a feeling that you are going to get all of these absolutely straight away. So it might be a very quick episode.
Well, we can pass our opinions as we go along. What do you think about the Doctor kissing Grace? Did you love it? Did you hate it?
That's
what would you
fine.
rate it?
I think maybe considering it was something that hadn't been done before was controversial. But you know, I feel like there was a very much like a weirdly romantic storyline in the TV movie. It was a fleeting moment. You know, the Doctor was like, "Oh, feeling new life, and I'm half human, and all the rest of it."
Shoes, they fit perfectly.
Exactly.
You know, like,
so I don't know. It was a bit of, you know, the Hollywood romance, of course.
Yeah, I think it
potato
works.
potato. You think it worked?
Yeah. I think it was more funny the way he just like pulled a gun out on a cop and was like, "We're gonna take your bike now."
I
Whatever it
remember
was.
watching that episode with you, and we were like, "Wait, did the doctor
Bro just pulled out the bro just pulled out the pistol. What's going on? Like that to me was more wild than him just kissing Grace. I was like, he doesn't. He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
Yeah. No, very
Paul
strange.
McGann, more like Paul McGunn. Out.
Nice. That was pretty
That was
good,
terrible.
actually.
I'm so sorry.
That was actually pretty good.
Moving on. Vine boom me again, Crispy.
Okay, you asked for it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. Here we go. Dark Water.
Oh, I know this.
Series 8
I know
finale.
this one. This one actually is a bit weird. It is a weird one. Like, I don't know how I feel about it, because it's kind of like a, ooh. It's because they talked about the idea of where you go after you die, and that the big fear that everyone has, it was the 3 words, was "don't cremate me."
Yeah. That is
And people
dark.
were really uncomfortable, because it's like, I don't want to think about the idea that, you know, you feel what happens to your body after death. And honestly, I have to agree. Like, that might have been a bit too much, even for me.
I like the concept is cool. The concept
Yes,
is very
100%.
cool, and I feel like it's never really elaborated in that episode, because like Missy has this like Gallifreyan hard drive thing that these souls are being uploaded to, but it's never like it's never said if that's the afterlife or whatnot. Or maybe that's like Missy messing and making her own afterlife for people. It's never
I think
really
she's catching
explained.
people in the middle of them dying or something. That was my assumption.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to call up Moffat on the next episode. But yeah, I mean, it's very dark. It's very dark. Let's see what happens. One
Dark
of Doctor
Water.
Who's 2-parter episodes that didn't go down well with audiences was Dark Water, which depicted a scary theory about death between the 12th Doctor, Missy, and the science centre called 3W. Doctor Who got into hot water with almost 124 viewers after
Almost 124.
Yeah, is it 123? I don't understand that.
Yeah, you tell me that 123 and a half people phoned in. Like,
Whoa. They linked to an article which said, I don't know, let's say 123 people
Yeah, I was gonna say.
complained to the BBC that after death, corpses remain a certain level of consciousness to the point that they can feel burial and cremation, which leads to them whisper the 3 words in the universe, "Don't cremate me." So yeah, it's pretty dark. It's pretty dark stuff. Doctor Who is not a kid's show, it's a family show. So when the
I'll
kids
be
are like,
real
what
with
does
you.
that mean?
I have thought about that a few times after that episode. Like, I don't
What
want to go
happens
into
after death?
detail. No. But I mean, like, if you get buried, what, like, you can think about where we go from there. I don't want to go into any details because it's way too much here. But like,
It's a heavy
idea,
subject.
That idea of what you feel afterwards, I'm like, think of all the things you could. Like, it's jarring. I don't like that. Like, personally, that makes me feel uneasy. Like, as someone who like without going too deep, who does believe in the idea of an afterlife.
Yeah.
I'm just very much like, I don't want to think about feeling any of that. I'm good. So like that has stayed with me, and now I think about it, it is because of that episode.
Well, that's very deep. Well, look at us having really intellectual conversations.
Philosophical
on the
debates,
podcast.
you might say. Where's my
For
my
what?
pipe I can smoke? You know.
Like, this is just my theory. I think that once you pass, you get played a movie of the best and worst bits of your life.
Ooh.
And then I think now, and you like think about your memory, and you only really remember the good and the bad. So maybe I'm living it right now. You don't know. It's a
bit of a
Crispy.
long movie then, isn't it?
It's very long. It's very,
Yeah.
very long. But you know what? Skip the commercials.
Well, you got streets made of buildings made of days.
Yes. Wait, what? What's that from?
It's from Oxygen. No, what isn't it? It's from the pilot.
What?
Capaldi does a speech about your life, and he's like, you know, imagine
yeah,
your life
yeah,
is just
yeah,
tiny
yeah.
pictures. Imagine them laid out in front of you, like a city.
I-
Streets made of buildings, made of days. The day you
Moffat,
were
again.
born, the day you got married, cutting your toenails. Like, it's a great speech.
It's you see, Moffat can do the light and the really,
Yeah.
really dark.
So you know what, Moffat? Focus on the speeches and not making us think about dying.
Thank you very much. All right, Troy, next one.
That was much deeper than you were thinking I was going to be over that, wasn't
Yes.
it?
Speaking of deep things, deep breath.
Oh.
Why was deep breath
breath.
controversial? I'll give you some time to think, Troy.
No, because that one actually is more challenging.
What do you think's controversial about deep breath?
What, Capaldi being old? Like,
That's pretty controversial.
Well, everyone was like, oh, he's too old to play in Doctor. Screw off. What was controversial about Deep Breath? You said you thought I'd get all these, but I don't know.
Dinosaurs. Just play the episode in your head. Imagine it as several images laid out in cities and towns. Visit scenes from Deep Breath.
Was it the idea of seeing the dinosaur burn?
No.
I was going to say, well, you said the dinosaur, and I was like,
That's not a hint. That was a...
Did some people get, like, triggered by being called pudding brains by Capaldi or something? Did they go, like, I am not pudding brain.
If you get called pudding brain by Capaldi, that's a absolute honour.
Even though it is meant to be an insult.
Exactly.
Do you know what? I should take a wild guess, realistically.
Throw something at me, you know.
Taking the homeless man's coat. I'm going with that.
A homeless man's coat. Damn, I like that theory. I like that theory that Capaldi was harassing a homeless man. That's funny.
Yeah, it's like, give me your coat.
Give me your
I'm
coat.
cold. I'm cold too. There's no point in us both being cold. Give me your coat.
Your coat.
Like, what was it then?
The 12th Doctor has many unpopular opinions about him. Whoa, what a harsh way to start that sentence. Bloody Screen Rant. These are various articles, not all of them are from Screen Rant.
Okay.
So, in Deep Breath, Madame Vastra, the half-human, half-lizard alien, shared a kiss with her human wife Jenny for the first time on screen, after being depicted as lovers for almost 3 years. That's the controversy.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh, brother!
This guy stinks! I like how we finished a SpongeBob quote there between ourselves. Very proud of us.
You ready for this, Troy?
Go on.
This angered, I won't say what they said, but viewers that have very bad opinions, who raised complaints with the BBC Trust about promoting a pro-gay agenda and bias, but it was largely ignored due to the produced nature of the complaints.
It was largely ignored due to the fact that opinion is absolute, like, ridiculousness. It's absolute...
Correct. I wanted to emphasize your point. I wasn't going on to the next one.
It's just a kiss between two women.
And even in the episode itself, it's not a romantic kiss. They're trying to save each other by sharing oxygen. That's what happens. It's not a I love you kiss. It's a we're gonna die here.
So it isn't even really a kiss. It's more just give me a sec, open your mouth.
It's basically
that's how I flirt, by the way.
it's basically like, mouth to mouth at a beach. Yeah, it's survival.
They're just big fans of Paloma Faith.
I don't understand that reference.
There's a song by Paloma Faith called Mouth to Mouth. It's a very, very niche reference that even my mum's probably going to go, is there? But yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, in other words, stupid controversy. Moving on.
Okay,
thank you.
The next one.
Double boom.
Whoa. Troy. The next episode is The Time of Angels.
Oh, okay. Oh. Huh. I'm not...
This one is more of a silly one.
Was it people complaining about the angels being too scary?
No.
Okay, I was going to say I have two theories to do with that, because one was that the angels were actually killing people this time, like snapping necks or something, I think they said, and the other one was the angel coming out the screen.
This one had complaints, but it's not... I wouldn't say it's not really... This is the least controversial on the list, I'd say.
Can you give me a hint, then?
It involves a show, like, kind of outside of Doctor Who.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to have to say pass.
All right, Troy. So, I'll read this to you. Here we go. What ruined the episode for fans was not anything to do with the show itself, but the BBC's bad timing in rolling out a Graham Norton banner ad as the tense cliffhanger played out, right on top of Matt Smith's face, irritating people and led to many complaints and mocking on Twitter. Pretty controversial.
So if you didn't watch in the UK, there's typically like little idents that pop on the screen, and it's like, oh, this show's coming up. And I actually remember this happening because it happened the same time. It happened with the first episode with Rose. It popped up saying the Graham Norton show, and everyone got annoyed. But it happened again with Time of Angels, and it popped up with a little mini Graham Norton, like little cartoony character
dancing around,
dancing about on the screen. So then when the Graham Norton show next aired after that episode, he went, by the way, to everyone who's really annoyed, and they put the Graham Norton ident up, and they made a special animation of a Dalek popping up and exterminating him, and then it disappeared, which was just like a funny little like apology thing. But
that's cute.
That is hilarious that people got that annoyed over it. It's annoying, but I wouldn't complain to the BBC over it.
No, gosh, no. But
It's like,
hey,
oh, you silly goose.
if you're gonna watch it on Disney Plus, you won't have that problem. The only problem you will face
Do we know if
is
we're going to get
internet
the previous
connections.
series? True.
What? Oh no, I was just
ever gonna
saying.
get the
I was
previous
just going to say
series?
for new episodes, you won't be seeing Graham Norton pop up
No,
on
I
the
just
screen.
hope that Disney Plus gets all the previous things. I've been talking to my Discord server about it, and people have been like, I want to get into Doctor Who. I'm like, well, it's Disney Plus from here on out. It feels
Yeah,
cool to say that. And then I'm like, is it
But
going to
is
have the
it?
previous series, though?
I'd like to
don't
think
know.
so. I don't know. They might.
I hope so.
I think they might hold off until like series 14, or maybe they'll do it for the 60th. They'll drop like everything at once. I don't know how they're going to roll it out.
I feel like it'd be a really cool idea marketing-wise if, like, at the start of November, they put out Doctor Who on Disney Plus with the previous series and give people an opportunity to, like, binge or watch some bits they haven't seen.
That's such a sick idea. That is such a sick idea.
Rather
I
than just
don't
going,
know.
there's new episodes, but there's also 13 seasons, but it's all dropping together. Like, let people ease in.
Yeah, let's say, okay, that'd be cool. Like, start of November, right? And then let's say maybe November, I don't know when we're theorizing, 11th or whatever, the first weekend or the second weekend in November, Starbeast drops. And then, boom, front page, Disney Plus, Doctor Who, going viral.
New episode.
New episodes, no Graham Nortons. Thank you very much. Hey, Troy,
Yes.
you want another one, mate?
Oh, you just made me think. Oh, there's probably David Tennant and Catherine Tate are probably going to be on the Graham Norton show to talk about it because his show's coming back like this weekend or something.
Oh, is it
And
this?
it normally runs for like
Is it this
a
week?
good few months.
Like, are they? Wait, what's happening? What's happening?
No, it's just Graham Norton often brings on Doctor Who themed guests. Like he did it for Jodie for Flux.
Are we
Did
gonna
it
get a
for Jodie
clip
for
or something?
Spyfall. Did it? Well, yeah, they sometimes do share clips. When Jodie was on to promote all three seasons, and the first time around I can't remember what they showed. The second time around they showed a clip from Spyfall where it was
Yeah, I
the
remember
whole
that.
DNA's been rewritten, blah blah blah. And then 13 they just showed the Flux trailer. They didn't show any clips.
Yeah.
Because they were being super tight about what was being shown. Mm-hmm. But like, if they can get Jodie on when everyone's like, oh, no one cares about as much as Doctor Who, they're definitely gonna have David and Catherine on to talk about the 60th.
Yeah.
Imagine that episode.
Oh, absolutely. Didn't they confirm? Is that a thing that's happening?
That they'll be on Graham Norton? No, I'm just assuming.
I swear it might actually be a thing, Troy. I thought that's what you were talking about.
Graham Norton, Doctor Who, 60th. Let's see. Oh wait, what? Doctor Who and Top Boy stars confirmed for Graham Norton show appearance.
When?
Catherine Tate will be appearing in the shows on the Friday the 6th of October.
Yeah, well, there we go.
She's talking about something different, but I'll probably ask her about Doctor Who then.
Yeah,
So there is
absolutely.
that.
Ooh,
But
interesting.
I'm imagining David Tennant will also show up.
Yeah.
For the 60th episode. We're having a bit of a Graham Norton sideline here. Sorry,
Yeah,
folks. No, sometimes he does like special episodes where he just brings out guests all from one thing. Imagine if he just had like David, Catherine, like Miriam Margolyes or Neil
Shooty.
Patrick Harris, or like imagine Shooty as well.
Let me say. Oh, all of them. All of them. Have a
All
whole
of them.
team.
The entire cast. Just fill the,
The
room
entire
with them.
get Moffat
Yeah.
in there as well for fun.
Gemma Redgrave, Russell the Davies, delighted. All right, moving on. Next controversial episode, Crispy.
Yeah, mate. All right, here we go. Boom, bloody boom.
Boom me.
Here we go.
Boomtown.
The Stolen Earth. Why is that controversial? What do you think?
The Daleks killing a family involving a kid.
Because the Daleks would never kill a family.
Yeah, but killing a kid.
That's rough. That's rough. But no, that's not what made people blink their eyes.
Is that a hint?
No, it's not. I don't know why I said it like that.
I was going to say, the Weeping Angels didn't blooming show up. What are you on about?
Yeah, that was the complaints. Where's the Weeping Angels in these episodes?
What would be controversial? This is harder than I think. You sold it to me. You were like, oh, you'll get most of it. I
thought you might. This one I think is pretty funny. People listening right now, they probably have it. They want to join the Who's There hotline and be calling in and say, hey, this is I know it.
Well, I don't. I'm gonna pass again. I honestly don't know.
The fans want to be calling in.
I'm gonna pass.
I was trying to give you a hint there, Troy. So, here we go. More than contention or anger, The episode with the 10th Doctor created a frenzy. In one of the scenes, a telephone number for the TARDIS flashed across the screen, which led to almost 2,500 fans trying to call the number in hopes of getting a Doctor Who Easter egg. Unfortunately for them, the number was not a real one, but a disconnected contact that had been chosen by the showrunners to use on the episode. There you go. 2,500 people were like, we're going to chat to David Tennant here.
To be honest, I would consider it myself if I'd have been a bit older. I'd have gone, I wonder if we call that number one.
I wonder if we could. I wonder if well, I mean, hey, they brought it back in the 50th, that exact same number, which is pretty cool.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did when in like the Black Archive when he's like, check this number.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
check the number.
Yeah, it's the exact same one from Soul on Earth, which is pretty cool.
Wow, you know some stuff about Doctor Who. You should do a YouTube channel.
Mate, it is that, and it's all the Who culture stuff that I've been doing. By the way, I know all these top 10s and fun facts about the show that it's driving me insane.
Right, okay, all right.
Insane.
You should have just not said that because it made you sound really smart, and now it just sounds like you just leached the information off somebody.
No, correct.
Come on, Crispy, you're better than that.
There's a fella on YouTube. I think it's Richard Lloyd. I think it is. Do you know Richard Lloyd? He's a content creator. Anyway, he's been writing a lot of Who culture articles, and I think his ones are pretty darn good. So shout out.
Intriguing.
Hey, mate, you want another one?
Hit me.
All right, here we go. But boom.
Right? That isn't even funny.
All right, Troy.
That was a whiplash. That
I know. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Love and Monsters. Anything from Love and Monsters?
It has to be. There's no way it's anything but the paving stone joke that sucked, shall we say?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's funny. That's unreal. I think we can end the episode there, folks.
I think I know what the clip's going to be from this episode.
Yeah.
That's I know this bomb. That's I know this bomb levels.
I know this bomb.
I need that as a T-shirt for the 60th when you have Unit Helipad. I just have I know this bomb.
I know this bomb. So yes, Troy, you're absolutely correct. In Love and Monsters, the relationship between Elton John
must be the clan.
Elton Pope and his girlfriend Ursula is depicted, who unfortunately gets turned into just a face on a pavement slab. The last comment about how the two even managed to have a love life made audiences really upset about the dirty Doctor Who joke. Yeah, it's not subtle. It's not subtle, is it?
It's not subtle. And realistically, joke aside, it did suck. So
yeah, there it is. I
think Russell maybe went a bit too far with that one. Maybe nobody's perfect.
Speaking of going too far,
oh,
the episode Dalek, Series 1 with Christopher Eccleston. Why was that controversial?
Topless Doctor Who?
Oh no, mate. I forgot he doesn't have a shirt in that episode.
Chris Eccleston gets his kit off. I mean, it's like a Marvel movie. That's why he worked for 6 months and was on a very strict diet and did loads of weightlifting. You know?
Pulled a Chris Pratt.
You're saying, speaking of going too far, so could that be the plunger to the face? It's a bit too uncomfortable for kids?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so what could be controversial about Dalek?
Ooh. I may have stumped him.
You've stumped me about 4 times already. What do you mean?
I don't think it's a specific moment. I think it might actually just be the whole episode itself.
I'll let you take this then. Go on. I'm not even going to guess. What does it say?
From the article, it says, early on in the New Who run, the show faced unrest from the British Board of Film Classifications, as well as concerned parents who didn't like how a lone Dalek had been treated by Christopher Eccleston's Ninth Doctor. Yeah, they were sympathising with the Dalek. The fate meted out to the Dalek was met with trepidation, as the show has a large audience comprising of children who might pick up bullying techniques similar to this and translate it into real life and school activities. Christopher Eccleston, he's a bully. He's a bully.
It's wild to think the phrase Dalek sympathizer exists when you remember the Daleks were inspired by the Nazis.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not telling you to connect the dots, but that is
it's pretty messed
up. Wild comparison.
It's a wild comparison. Yeah, look.
Oh my days.
People were like, damn, this guy he's bullying this Dalek. That's the whole point of the episode.
He's just kicking the pedal bin over, you know? He's
Yeah.
like, get over. What? I mean, to be fair, he just say kill yourself, which
Yeah,
is like
I know, yeah,
very
I
2014 COD player on Xbox 360.
I thought that's going to be the exact moment, but no, I just read it and they were like, no, it's just how he is the whole time. That's funny. Can you imagine he's like, dunking a Dalek's head in the toilet, giving the Dalek a wedgie,
He pulls the eye stalk off and just starts plunging a sink with it. Oh my days.
Yeah, so that's why it's
They
controversial,
killed
apparently.
a family, including a kid 3 series later. You don't sympathise with the Daleks.
You just don't.
Again, they're based on the Nazis.
You just don't. Hey, Troy.
If we had this conversation, by the way, at what point did you realise the Daleks were based on the Nazis?
Early on. Very
I
early
didn't
on.
realise it until very late on. I was a bit stupid.
I think I did research as to what they were, because I think I knew of the Daleks before I knew of Doctor Who. I think I knew of the
That would make sense.
idea, and I was like, what are they? And I think I read a Wikipedia article. I was like, oh,
Well,
cool.
Funny enough, we've already talked about him today. It's actually a Graham Norton related story.
Yeah. What?
I think I might have told you this already, I don't know, but we have done 78 episodes. We're bound to overlap sometimes. But it was Capaldi was on to promote Series 10. I think it was the last time he was on to talk about Doctor Who. And he was talking about the first time they did Doctor Who press in Germany. And he was like, we were told the first thing is don't mention the war, blah, blah, blah. And he went, the very first journalist that asked a question went, is it true that the Daleks are based on the Nazis?
No
and everyone was
way.
like laughing, going, what do I say? And by the way, that was me trying to do his impersonation. I don't know if the accent was right, but hopefully it wasn't far off. And then Graham went, are they based on the Nazis? And Capaldi went, yeah. And then looked at the audience as if to go, this guy. But
Yeah.
I was with Graham. I was like, wait, they're based on the...
What?
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Like, it was like a penny that was bigger than a Dalek ship had dropped in my head. And I went... Suddenly it makes a lot more sense. It was 1963. It was still on people's minds. Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
very
gotcha.
much still on people's minds. But yeah. So if you didn't know that, well, I'm glad that we were the ones that told you that.
If you didn't know that, then fine, boom. There you go. Thank you. I didn't want to. I didn't have to whisper. I didn't want to have to whisper it, but I was like, I want to make sure we finish the joke there. You know.
Hello, Troy.
Why are you still staring at the camera? Is everything all right there, buddy?
Troy, can you hear?
He's doing a bit. He's doing.
Can
a bit.
you hear me?
I thought his internet was going. I was really worried.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I know where this is going. There's no guesswork here. This is the I'm still socially awkward line.
Yeah, correct. That's it. That is it. Okay, so
Moving on.
I mean, it's really one of the worst scenes in the entire Chibnall era. As we've stated on this, we understand what they were going for after the fact, but in the episode, ay. So, for those of you who don't know, there was a bit of an outcry at the doctor's reaction to Graham saying that his cancer had returned. Or something.
He was worried that it would come back.
Worried that it would come back.
Because the nightmare he got as a result of Mr. Fingers, whatever his name was that his cancer would return. And he was like, I'm still worried about it. I don't know really know what to do. And the doctor was like, this is where I say something encouraging, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was like, well, ideally. And she went, I'm still quite socially awkward. She went, I'm just going to step to the console and think of something I should have said at the time.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of ended. And it was like...
It's a weird note to end on.
And we should clarify, as Crispy said, Chibnall did later state that he one of his big influences for the 13th Doctor was portraying some traits of autism, and that was kind of like a behavioural trait where it's kind of like they don't like some people don't know the right thing to say at the right time, which is very human and very natural. So and even when we mentioned this last time, I know we got some comments on YouTube from people who were saying I relate to it, I understood it.
Oh really?
So
wow.
Yeah, so not for a second, like we would have anyway. Would I say that the people who relate to it are not valid for it?
No, absolutely not.
It's very much it very much depends on which side of the fence you sit on. I think if you don't see it and relate to it, you may struggle to get it a little bit more like we do. Because I personally, as much as I'm like, it's a very human thing, I'm like, sometimes the Doctor needs to do something a bit extra above being a human because she's not a human to be inspirational for the people watching and to put out a nice message that you can take away with you, rather than scaring someone like she did the previous episode by being like, you've all got plastic inside you.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to have a bit of hope.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And I don't feel like she quite gave enough there.
Well put, Troy. Very, very
Thank
good.
you. Thank you. That was Troy's thoughts. Subscribe.
Yes, very good. Oh my gosh, so many calls to action. All right, Troy, we got one more for you, mate. We got one more for you.
Oh, was that it? Are you just going with my explanation? I thought you were going to offer your thoughts.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't think the scene played out particularly well, but upon reflect, it's fine. It's like, it's not as controversial. I think what we
As I love to say, it's not that deep.
It's not that deep. Not that deep, fam.
It's not that deep, bro. It's not that deep.
All right, Troy. One last
Crispy.
One last time, mate. Here we go.
All right, Ariana Grande.
Boom. Spyfall is controversial. Why?
Oh, please tell me it isn't. Oh, don't tell me it's what I'm thinking it is.
What is it?
Is it because of the idea of a plane crashing?
No.
Okay, thank goodness.
No.
I was like, I don't want to go there.
No.
Okay, why is Spyfall controversial? Because Ryan said he looks nothing like Hugh Jackman, then everyone was like, don't make me upset, I'm still not over Logan's ending.
Correct. That was so controversial.
I haven't even seen Logan, I still know how that film ends.
You haven't seen Logan?
I haven't. I've never been a big X-Men guy.
What?
Mum and I have seen the first X-Men film, we saw a bit of the second, I've not watched any since.
I'm shocked by that. I am shocked to my core. What the heck, Troy? Is
The films were quite big. They started off when I wasn't really like the biggest Marvel fan, and they just kept going, and I never really felt the need to tune in because they weren't a part of the MCU. I just kind of was like, nah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but they are now, bro. Apparently.
Well, yeah,
Apparently. I bet that's what they tell me. That's what they tell me.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. Why you sound like Al Capone or something? That's what they tell me.
I don't know.
The Sopranos. That's what they tell me.
I'm shocked by that. That gave me whiplash. Wow. So,
Oh, well, sorry.
Troy.
What was the controversial thing? I'm intrigued.
The controversial thing, while people celebrated the diverse casting of Sacha Dhawan as the Master, it made no sense that he would be a Nazi soldier as a person of color, which was explained away by a perception filter. Things got brutal when the 13th Doctor turned off that filter, leaving him at the mercy of racists and Nazis, which was offensive to many people. There we go. A lot of Nazi talk this episode. I'm not quite sure if I like that.
No, neither am I. a bit of a Nazi direction to go in.
Yeah.
Nasty. Okay. Well, I mean, you left out that article leaves out the most important part, which is the line that she says that really stings it, where she says, "Now they'll see you for who you really are."
Yeah. What's going on there?
Which obviously is meant to mean you're the Master.
Not.
But because, I mean, she literally points out in the conversation, she goes, "You're not exactly their Aryan archetype."
Yeah.
It's like.
It's a very, very ill-timed, very ill-worded.
I wonder if that line was written before Sasha was casted.
Because it was Sasha's first episode, hey.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But then they said you're not exactly the Aryan archetype. So it implies
that argument doesn't stand at all.
Unless that was the original script, and then later Chibnall was like, "Oh, we can chuck it, like have one reference, and then not realize exactly what's going on." I don't know.
Exactly.
It's
I don't know.
I mean, we're making excuses here. They really should.
It's
I
rough.
don't know.
Realistically, it's rough.
That's a rough one. I think that and the not deep breath one, the dark water one are probably the most controversial here. That's my take.
I agree.
What's your least controversial one?
Least controversial?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We've had the
there's a few that were pretty stupid.
The phone number in Stolen Earth.
Graham Norton.
We've had Graham
least
Norton.
Controversial
We've
one.
had Jenny and Vastra.
Also not controversial.
I don't know. So overall, I say Doctor Who's pretty controversy free. There's another bit in this article where it says all of the episodes with the 13th Doctor, just because the Doctor's female. That seemed to be a pretty big controversy at the time. But you know what? It's not. So
I'm surprised that none of these websites mentioned Orphan 55 or The Timeless Children, unless you left those out on purpose.
No, these aren't in there.
They seemed like very easy ammunition. I felt like, so I was expecting one or both of them to crop up, but I'm glad they haven't. That's nice.
No. Well, this was made in 2023, and those aren't mentioned. So there you go.
That's just the power of the Doctor, isn't it?
That is. What a great note to end on, Troy. Very good.
Very
good from you.
I do try.
Yeah, and if our audience wants to try and have a go, hey, why not try and leave a comment and let us know what you think is the most controversial episode of Doctor Who and why. Thank you very much.
Let us know. Let us
Let
know.
know.
This week's Q&A.
Yeah.
This week's Q&A.
Thanks, mate.
Did we have a controversial Q&A on Spotify? Let's have a look. Oh no, it was comments about the new trailer. I asked people what they thought of the new trailer. Tell you what, Crispy, let's pick a couple of messages to read out. There are 15 responses.
Oh my
So can you
gosh.
give me a number between 1 and 15?
7.
Number 7 comes from 5, 6, 7. Henry Poole 65, who said, "The trailer's good. I just don't understand why they're still holding back on the release dates."
Yeah, strange. Strange. It seemed
Very
like
strange.
the prime time to have release dates. Heck, maybe the plan was to have the release dates, but then something changed behind the scenes, and they're like, "Oh, well, we've already committed to this trailer strictly, so we'll just put it out there with no release date."
Yeah.
But once
Very, very
again, I
disappointing.
keep making excuses for showrunners. I will not
You
do
do.
it. I will not do
It's
it
because
anymore.
you want to be a showrunner and you have to deal with all of this stuff
I
later,
have
you know?
to be nice. I can't be cranky pro all the time. You know?
Crispy,
What?
give me another number.
1.
Number 1, James Hannington said, "Loved it. Just wish they'd given us a more specific release date.
Oh.
I can't believe it's nearly been a year since our first teaser at the end of Power of the Doctor. Hasn't that gone quick?"
It has. It's gone very quick.
Very true.
Very quick.
Very true.
Number 3.
Another number between 1 and 15? We'll do a couple. We'll go do a couple.
3, mate.
Dr. Whovian said, "It was good, although it doesn't scream anniversary. It just feels like a trailer for normal specials."
Interesting.
I would argue that merely the presence of David and Catherine is enough to make it an anniversary trailer.
Yeah.
Just to call back. But also, probably the actual anniversary content, like, you know, Matt Smith coming back, is
Correct.
not being shown.
This is going
I
to
think,
age so
intentionally.
well. That bit just there is going to age so well.
Speaking of Matt Smith, give us another one.
11.
Playing games with you here, Chris. I'm playing games. This is puns. Okay, number 11. Number 11 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Jamingo. I'm loving it. We get a whole load of new shots, everyone.
Shot.
We should do a drinking game, and then every time we take a shot, we go, new shot,
Oh, new shot.
new shot, new shot. There's quite a few regular commenters in here too, as well, who've left some messages. Why is the one time lady mentioned Greg's? I kind of want to read this.
Is there anything juicy, Troy? Is there what are you seeing? What are you seeing there?
Well, I
want to
know I want to know why Greg's has been mentioned in one time lady's comment.
Well, let's go
She's one
for
of our
it.
regulars. Let's see what she said. The trailer was a big slate from R2D2. Thank you very much.
Slay.
I love that. Just curious when they will give us the release dates now, because I really thought they would have given us them then. I'm surprised the Gregs in Unit HQ didn't make an appearance though.
There's a Greg's in Unit HQ?
Oh, we made that joke last episode, didn't we? There was going to be like that Kate and David were going to meet in a Greg's.
Did we?
I mean, you had like slept for like 4 hours.
I
much
don't
like
remember
I have
that
this today,
joke
so.
at all.
Okay, well, one more regular commenter. Can you think of a regular commenter name to see if they've commented?
I only have Beast Boss thoughts in my head. Is the Beast Boss there?
He did comment. He said it was very big and very good. Thank you, Russell de Davies.
Yeah, true.
But then finally, we'll finish with one more from the 14th comment for the 14th Doctor.
Correct.
Which is another regular, ArtyZone24, who said, "I can't stop thinking about the giant Toymaker shot. It looks incredible. But I also just love how these specials are the end of time parts 3, 4, and 5. Very exciting."
Oh, good way to put it. Well, I don't think it will be exactly end of time.
I think it might be the end of
5.
Tennant parts 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. We're not seeing
I
Tennant
mean, do you
after
really
this,
think
are
David
we?
Tennant will show up again after this? I don't know.
Cameo. Only cameo.
Cameos
That'll
only.
be
Yeah,
it. That'll
yeah,
be it.
yeah.
Nothing more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the shot of Neil Patrick Harris looks sick. I think that's such a cool shot.
Every shot of Neil Patrick Harris looks sick.
Yeah. New shot.
Neil Patrick Harris just generally looks good.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude.
And that's how we're gonna.
Cool, dude.
That's how we're gonna end this episode.
I agree.
So thank you all very much for another lovely installment of Who's There and Doctor Who
Thank
podcast.
you all very
Thank
much.
you
There wasn't a
all,
doorbell, Crispy.
There wasn't a doorbell at all. That's
Very
ridiculous. How does that happen?
Very cool. Are you reaching for your phone to play the jingle again? Please don't.
No.
I know what you're cooking, and you can stop that now.
I'm not doing anything, Troy. You
Just
don't
put
know
on-
my story. Oh, what's that? What's happened there? What has happened
I
there?
don't even have that jingle on our doorbell.
Yeah,
it's
I was-
funny.
I was
I've only
trying
had
to
that on Saturday Night Takeaway.
What
Wait, hang
doorbell is it? Realistic doorbell ding?
Centrum Advanced
Oh.
Multivitamins.
Oh!
It's a YouTube advert. Well done.
Someone's-
Thank you everyone for listening to episode 78 of Who's There, a Doctor Who podcast. We will see you next week in a live episode, which should be on Thursday, October 5th, which, by the way, is
If
a
all
day
goes
after
to
the one-year
plan.
anniversary of me filming the David Tennant cake face thing.
No
I think that was October
way.
4th. Need
That
to double
is
check
wild.
that. I will see if I can double check the date and figure out what day it was. I think it was the 4th, but anyway, we will see you that Thursday, and it will be time for the final full series looking back. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking a look back on Doctor Who Flux, and I am personally very excited.
Wait.
Because it means we can spend an hour talking about Evil Dan.
Troy, what's the flux?
What's the point of being alive?
What's the point of being alive?
How'd you like that, eh? Pan-fried Sontaran. Now I'm gonna walk right out of here.
Scared me there.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna say Alan Z this time. So, it's goodbye from Crispy this week.
Bye.
It's goodbye from me. We'll see you all next week. And I finish with this. I was just looking for the period ad.
Perfect.